Hi everybody, welcome back to Kevin's Upfront Opinion. Now, I thought this was brilliant because I was just reading this on the BBC, because obviously they did a show recently, yesterday, and the Home Secretary is called for an urgent review into asylum seeker taxi costs. Okay, taxi costs, that's it. Okay, and this is what they're saying. So the move by Shabina Mahmood follows a BBC investigation that found some migrants having to travel long distances on journeys costing hundreds of pounds. Aren't they lucky? One asylum seeker told the BBC, I think this is brilliant, he had taken a 250-mile journey to visit a GP, with the driver telling him the cost to the Home Office, yes, us taxpayers, was £600. £600 to go and see a GP. Are you telling me there's not a local GP that could have seen him? I find that very difficult to believe. Asylum seekers are issued with a bus pass for one return journey per week, but for any other necessary travel, such as a doctor's appointment, taxis are called. And the BBC asked the government how much it spends on taxi travel for asylum seekers via Freedom of Information Act request, but the Home Office said it does not keep these figures. I'm sure they're talking out of their asses. Now, is that acceptable? You know, I can't understand why you would have to travel 250 miles for a doctor's appointment. 250 miles. You know, I live on the south coast. That's like going up to the Midlands, if not further. Are you telling me they haven't got local doctors? Because I can't understand in what world that is acceptable. I really don't understand it. And what I don't understand is what the Home Office are playing at. Are they after getting more aggro off the general public? Because when the general public starts seeing this, they are going to go absolutely nuts. Now, I don't know, I personally don't know this, whether this started under the Conservatives and they allowed it, or whether it started under the Labour Party and they've allowed it. But at the end of the day, Labour are in government and it's been found out. So why the hell, with all the problems when it comes at the moment, with all the grief that they're getting, why would they allow something like this? They must be completely off their rockers. And I suggest they get a grip of this quickly, because I appreciate Shabina Mahmood ain't been in office very long. What has she been in office? What, a couple of weeks? She might end up finding herself out on her ear, because they do not need, this is basically sleaze at the end of the day, they do not need more aggro. They've got enough problems as it is. And if they got a problem with, I can't even understand how somebody can have to travel 250 miles for a doctor. Take them to the local hospital if needs be. You know, somebody please explain this to me, because I don't get it. We've got plenty of hospitals in this country. You know, the argument's always been that they come top of the list. So why are they travelling 250 miles for a GP? You've got GPs at hospitals. You've got walk-in centres. You know, I'm going to try not to get irate over this, because this one really winds me up. So all I'm going to say for now, before I do get really agitated over this one, you know, you can actually go and see this article on the BBC's website. And obviously they have done a programme about it as well. So if you go to BBC News and it's under, I think it's under the politics at the moment. So go and have a look, you know, because it's crazy. So for now, thanks for listening. I will put the article in the comments. So if you want to go and have a look, you know, just click on the link. But for now, thanks for listening. And I will speak to you again a bit later.